Why did I smile when my cousin banished me from the family table? At my sister Emily's Portland wedding, Becca's voice slashed through the soft glow of fairy lights. "This table is for family. Find a spot outside." Her laugh stung, and the head table, Mom, Dad, and Aunt Lillian, smirked, their eyes cold. I'm Natalie Harper, 38, a graphic designer who rebuilt my life after divorce. The waiter dropped a $3,000 bill before me. I sipped my coffee, smiled, and thought, they don't know I'm paying tonight. The venue shimmered, but Mom's sharp glance cut deepest, her silence louder than Becca's taunt. Dad, always reserved, looked away. I'd come for Emily's joy, not their approval, yet their rejection burned. Still, my heart whispered hope. Maybe love, like Emily's, waited for me too. My phone buzzed. "Your portfolio's compromised. He's here." A chill hit me. Was my ex, Mark, back to ruin me? My coffee cup, warm and steady, anchored my resolve. I wasn't the broken woman they pitied. I'd earned my strength, and tonight I held a secret that would shift everything. As I scanned the crowd, a stranger's kind gaze caught mine, sparking a flicker of possibility. What's in that email, and who's watching me? The answer would unravel their lies and my future. Misty Portland air clung to the wedding venue's gardens, where laughter and clinking glasses couldn't mask the undercurrent of judgment. Stepping away from the head table sting, the resolve to honor Emily's day burned brighter than the fairy lights. Mom's whispered critiques to Aunt Lillian, doubting my place here, echoed old wounds, her polished smile a veneer over control. Dad's silence, as he adjusted his tie, felt like surrender. Becca, ever Mom's shadow, flitted among guests, her charm a calculated performance. Why did their scorn glance off me? A hard-won career, built from divorce's ashes, gave me strength they couldn't fathom. Inside, Emily glowed in her white gown, her joy a beacon. Approaching her, warmth softened the ache. Her hug reminded me of childhood secrets shared under blankets. Yet unease crept in. My design portfolio, the key to a life-changing contract, had vanished from my cloud drive. Could Mark, with his old grudges, be behind it? Suspicion tightened my chest, but calm steadied my hands, the coffee cup's warmth a quiet ally. Guests murmured as Becca's laughter rang out, her stories painting me as the family's failure. Mom nodded along, her approval a fresh cut. The weight of their gaze pressed harder, but defiance sparked. Nobody defined my worth. A second email buzzed. "He's closer than you think." Heart racing, the words hinted at danger lurking in the crowd. Slipping into the venue's quiet lounge, the mirror reflected a woman unbroken. They're wrong, the thought pulsed, fierce and clear. Emily's love, not their judgment, anchored this moment. But the missing portfolio threatened everything, my future, my freedom. Out in the hall, Dad stood alone, his eyes distant. "You okay, Dad?" The question slipped out, soft, seeking the father who once lifted me onto his shoulders. His vague nod offered no comfort, only questions. Another glance at the phone revealed a new alert, a file access log, time-stamped an hour ago. Someone here was sabotaging me, and the truth was steps away. The wedding's rhythm pulsed through the Portland venue, but a sharper tension coiled beneath the celebration. Becca's voice, syrupy with malice, carried over the dessert table. "Some people don't know when they're not wanted." Her words landed like a slap, guests' glances darting toward me, their whispers a growing hum. Mom, poised nearby, offered a tight smile, her silence endorsing the slight. The air thickened, but defiance steadied trembling hands. Nobody would unravel the strength forged in solitude. Slipping toward the bar, the coffee cup's warmth faded, replaced by a knot of suspicion. The file access log from the latest email pointed to Becca's account, her digital fingerprints all over my stolen portfolio. Why target my career now? Her smug glances suggested more than petty rivalry. Emily's laughter across the room, pure and unguarded, anchored the heart against rising anger. Protecting her joy meant staying sharp, not succumbing to hurt. Aunt Lillian approached, her tone dripping with pity. "You're holding up, dear?" The question masked judgment, her eyes scanning for cracks. Brushing it off with a nod, focus shifted to Mom, who was whispering to a cousin, her gestures animated. Was she orchestrating this or caught in her own web? The portfolio's loss threatened a contract that could redefine everything: freedom, security, proof of worth. In a quiet alcove, the phone screen glowed with a new clue: a deleted email draft in Becca's name, mentioning Mark's deal. Heart pounding, the connection to my ex-husband tightened the mystery. His shadow loomed, but how did it tie to Becca? The coffee cup, now cold, sat forgotten on a table, its comfort no match for the fire kindling within. Guests swirled around Emily's dance with her groom, their love a stark contrast to the family's veiled hostility. Approaching Dad near the exit, a soft plea emerged. "Dad, what's going on with Mom?" His hesitant shrug, eyes avoiding mine, deepened the ache. He knew something, but wouldn't speak. Frustration flared. Why did loyalty always bend toward Mom's control? The band's crescendo masked a plan forming. Confront Becca privately, force the truth. Her laughter rang out again, this time too close. Her arm linked with a guest who mentioned business trouble. Eavesdropping, a name dropped, Mark's old partner. The puzzle pieces hovered, just out of reach. Stealing resolve, a message was sent to Emily: "Stay close tonight. Her safety mattered most." A server passed, offering champagne, but the moment froze when Becca's phone, left on a chair, lit up with a notification: "He's in the garden, now." Pulse racing, the urge to follow surged. Who was waiting outside, and what did they want with my portfolio? Or me? The Portland wedding's festive hum clashed with a gnawing dread as shadows lengthened across the venue. Becca's latest barb came during the toasts, her voice lilting over the microphone. "To family, those who stay, not stray." Guests chuckled, their eyes slicing toward me, the unspoken target. Mom's approving nod, subtle yet sharp, twisted the knife deeper. Dad shifted uncomfortably, his tie loosened, avoiding the weight of her gaze. The public sting burned, but a fiercer resolve took root. No one would dim Emily's night. Slipping toward the venue's edge, the coffee cup's absence left hands restless, clutching the phone instead. Another email flashed: "Mark's client has your files. Ask Diane." The words seared. Mom? Implicated? Her poised demeanor now seemed a mask, her whispers with Becca too calculated. The portfolio's theft wasn't just personal, it threatened a contract that symbolized freedom from this family's chains. Emily's radiant twirl on the dance floor, oblivious to the storm, fueled a vow to shield her. Becca's phone, glimpsed earlier, hinted at a meeting in the garden. Eavesdropping near the bar, a guest mentioned Diane's old debts, tying Mom to Mark's world. Suspicion flared. Had Mom's control always hidden darker secrets? The crowd's murmurs grew, their pity for my failed past a suffocating weight. Yet defiance surged. Their judgment couldn't erase hard-won victories. In the restroom, splashing water on flushed cheeks, the mirror reflected a woman teetering. They don't know me, the thought pulsed, raw and defiant. But doubt crept in. Could Mom's betrayal run so deep? The portfolio's loss loomed larger, a ticking clock against my future. A text to Emily, "Check on Mom," felt urgent, her safety a tether amidst the chaos. Back in the ballroom, Becca's laughter grated, her arm around Aunt Lillian, who whispered about family loyalty. The hypocrisy stung, but a new clue surfaced. A napkin tucked in Becca's purse, scribbled with Mark's terms, 9 p.m. Heart racing, the garden meeting loomed as the key. Was Mom negotiating with Mark's client? Or worse, orchestrating this? The band's crescendo masked a plan forming. Confront Becca privately. Force the truth. Her laughter rang out again, this time too close. Her arm linked with a guest who mentioned business trouble. Eavesdropping, a name dropped, Mark's old partner. The puzzle pieces hovered, just out of reach. Stealing resolve, a message was sent to Emily. Stay close tonight. Her safety mattered most. A server passed, offering champagne, but the moment froze when Becca's phone, left on a chair, lit up with a notification. He's in the garden, now. Pulse racing, the urge to follow surged. Who was waiting outside, and what did they want with my portfolio? Or me? The Portland wedding's festive hum clashed with a gnawing dread as shadows lengthened across the venue. Becca's latest barb came during the toasts, her voice lilting over the microphone. To family, those who stay, not stray. Guests chuckled, their eyes slicing toward me, the unspoken target. Mom's approving nod, subtle yet sharp, twisted the knife deeper. Dad shifted uncomfortably, his tie loosened, avoiding the weight of her gaze. The public sting burned, but a fiercer resolve took root. No one would dim Emily's night. Slipping toward the venue's edge, the coffee cup's absence left hands restless, clutching the phone instead. Another email flashed. Mark's client has your files. Ask Diane. The words seared. Mom? Implicated? Her poised demeanor now seemed a mask, her whispers with Becca too calculated. The portfolio's theft wasn't just personal, it threatened a contract that symbolized freedom from this family's chains. Emily's radiant twirl on the dance floor, oblivious to the storm, fueled a vow to shield her. Becca's phone, glimpsed earlier, hinted at a meeting in the garden. Eavesdropping near the bar, a guest mentioned Diane's old debts, tying Mom to Mark's world. Suspicion flared. Had Mom's control always hidden darker secrets? The crowd's murmurs grew, their pity for my failed past a suffocating weight. Yet defiance surged. Their judgment couldn't erase hard-won victories. In the restroom, splashing water on flushed cheeks, the mirror reflected a woman teetering. They don't know me, the thought pulsed, raw and defiant. But doubt crept in. Could Mom's betrayal run so deep? The portfolio's loss loomed larger, a ticking clock against my future. A text to Emily, check on Mom, felt urgent, her safety a tether amidst the chaos. Back in the ballroom, Becca's laughter grated, her arm around Aunt Lillian, who whispered about family loyalty. The hypocrisy stung, but a new clue surfaced, a napkin tucked in Becca's purse, scribbled with Mark's terms, 9 p.m. Heart racing, the garden meeting loomed as the key. Was Mom negotiating with Mark's client? Or worse, orchestrating this? Approaching Dad by the dessert table, a gentle touch on his arm carried a plea. Dad, is Mom okay? His eyes, clouded with unease, darted to her across the room. She's handling things, he mumbled, the vagueness a wall. Frustration churned. His loyalty to Mom blinded him to her schemes. The coffee's bitter memory lingered, replaced by a resolve to uncover the truth. The band's upbeat tempo masked a plan: trail Becca to the garden, intercept the meeting. Guests' stares followed, their whispers a chorus of doubt, but Emily's smile from the dance floor steadied trembling nerves. A final email landed. She's hiding the ledger. Find it. A ledger? Mom's secrets were unraveling, and the portfolio was just the start. Stepping toward the garden doors, the cool night air beckoned, but a figure lingered in the shadows. A man, his silhouette familiar, watching the venue. pulse hammering, the phone slipped into a pocket as courage steeled. Was this Mark's client or someone closer, guarding Mom's lies? The answer waited outside, but one wrong step could cost everything. The garden's damp chill enveloped the night, a stark contrast to the wedding's gilded warmth inside. Slipping through the shadows, Becca's silhouette moved toward a secluded bench, her phone's glow betraying her nervousness. Her voice, hushed but urgent, carried, "I did what you asked, just keep her out of it." Heart pounding, the realization hit. Becca wasn't the mastermind. She was protecting someone, and the portfolio theft was no simple betrayal. Emily's laughter from the ballroom, faint but pure, urged caution. Her safety hung in the balance. Crouching behind a rosebush, the man's silhouette emerged, Mark's old partner, Victor, his voice low and menacing. A memory surged. Years ago, at Mom's charity gala, Victor and Mom arguing in hushed tones about missing funds. Becca's confession spilled out. "I stole the portfolio to stop Victor. He's blackmailing Mom over her fraud." The words shattered assumptions. Mom's polished control hid a criminal past, and Becca's cruelty was a desperate shield. Shock gave way to clarity. The emails, the sabotage, all pointed to Mom's embezzlement from her charity. Becca's role flipped from villain to pawn, her fear of Victor palpable. The coffee cup's memory, once a comfort, felt distant. Strength now burned from within, unyielding. Mom's lies had orchestrated this wedding's venom, and the portfolio was leveraged to keep me sidelined. Victor's threat cut through. Diane's ledger, or I expose her. A ledger, proof of Mom's crimes, hidden somewhere close. Becca's trembling hands clutched her phone, her loyalty to Mom a fragile thread. The garden's quiet amplified the stakes. Exposing this could destroy Emily's future. Yet silence meant letting Mom's deceit fester. Resolve hardened. Truth was the only path. Slipping back toward the venue, a plan formed. Find the ledger before Victor. Mom's purse, always close, flashed in memory, its locked clasp, her nervous grip. Inside, Emily danced, unaware of the storm. A text to her felt urgent, "Stay with Dad." Protecting her meant facing Mom's shadow, no matter the cost. In the venue's dim hallway, Dad stood by a window, his face etched with worry. "Dad, what's Mom keeping from us?" The question, soft but firm, sought the man who taught me to dream. His sigh, heavy with secrets, offered no answers, only a glance toward Mom's table. Her absence sparked alarm. She was moving, hiding something. The band's music swelled, masking hurried steps toward the coat room. Becca's voice echoed from the garden, now arguing with Victor. "She doesn't know." My absence had shifted their game. Pulse racing, a locked box in Mom's coat pocket glinted under the light. Small, heavy, the ledger's likely home. Fingers brushed its cold surface, but a creak at the door froze everything. Someone was coming, and the box's secret was seconds from exposure. The coat room's dim light cast jagged shadows, the locked box in Mom's coat a cold weight in trembling hands. Footsteps retreated outside, leaving only the muffled pulse of the wedding's music. Becca's garden argument with Victor echoed in memory, her fear exposing Mom's fraud as the heart of this betrayal. The box, likely holding the ledger, was a ticking bomb, proof that could shatter the family or free me from their lies. Emily's radiant laughter from the ballroom, a fragile thread of joy, steeled the resolve to act. Protecting her meant facing the truth, no matter how raw. Slipping back to the reception, the crowd's chatter buzzed, oblivious to the storm brewing. Mom stood near the head table, her poised smile faltering as our eyes met. Dad, beside her, adjusted his glasses, his unease a silent plea. Becca, returning from the garden, looked pale, her bravado gone. The moment demanded boldness. Stepping to the microphone mid-toast, the room hushed. "I'm covering tonight's $3,000 bill." The words rang out, clear and steady. Gasps followed as the waiter nodded, confirming the truth. A beat, then, Becca thought my career was over. She stole my portfolio. The crowd's murmurs swelled, her face flushing crimson. But I landed a major contract anyway. Applause erupted, sharp and surprised. Mom's hands tightened on her glass, her mask cracking. The triumph, sweet and fierce, masked a deeper ache. Her betrayal cut worse than Becca's. The coffee cup, left somewhere in the chaos, was unneeded now. Strength surged from within, unshakable. Gets whispered, their pity replaced by awe. But the victory felt hollow without Mom's reckoning. Her quick glance at Dad, then the exit, screamed guilt. The ledger's weight in the hidden box burned in thought. Exposing her could end this, but at what cost to Emily? The band's upbeat tempo clashed with the heart's quiet roar, demanding justice yet craving peace. Circling the room, Emily's warm hug broke through the tension. "You're amazing," she whispered, unaware of the box's secret. Her trust fueled a vow to shield her from Mom's shadow. Becca, cornered by Aunt Lillian's questions, avoided eye contact, her shame palpable. The public unmasking had shifted the family's gaze, but Mom's silence loomed larger, a puzzle unsolved. Approaching Dad near the dessert table, a soft question surfaced. "Dad, why's Mom so scared?" His jaw tightened, his voice low. "She's in deep, sweetheart." The admission, though vague, confirmed her fear. His hand brushed mine, a fleeting echo of childhood comfort, but his loyalty to Mom held him back. Frustration simmered. Truth was close, yet slippery. The microphone's echo faded, but the room's energy shifted. Guests now sought me out, their congratulations a stark contrast to earlier scorn. Yet Mom's absence nagged. She'd slipped toward the venue's office, her purse gone. The ledger's box, still in my pocket, felt heavier, its contents a key to her downfall or my freedom. Victor's threat to Becca lingered. Get the ledger or Diane's done. Time was running out. As the dance floor filled, a server passed, his tray clinking. A note tucked beneath a glass caught the light, its scrawl chilling. "Office, now, bring the box." No signature, but Victor's shadow loomed. Pulse racing, the choice crystallized. Confront Mom, risk everything, or let her lies fester. Emily's voice called from the crowd, bright and unaware, as the office door's faint creak beckoned. The office door's creak sliced through the wedding's distant revelry, revealing Mom hunched over a desk, papers scattered. Her eyes, wide with panic, met mine as the locked box's weight burned in my pocket. Victor's note, "Office, now, bring the box," echoed, but this moment belonged to us. "What did you do, Mom?" The question, soft yet unyielding, hung heavy. Her trembling hands betrayed the truth before words did. I took money from the charity. The confession, raw and broken, unraveled years of her polished control. Emily's laughter, faint through the walls, sharpened the stakes. Her future teetered on this truth. The ledger, pried from the box, lay open, its numbers a stark record of Mom's embezzlement. Each entry was a wound, proof she'd fueled family scorn to hide her shame. Becca's desperate theft, Victor's blackmail, all stemmed from this. The air grew thick, Mom's plea a fractured echo, "Don't destroy us." Her words mirrored my old cries for her love, now twisted by betrayal. Pain surged, but power rose in its wake. Holding the ledger meant holding her fate. Dad's footsteps sounded outside, hesitant. "Diane?" His voice, gentle but strained, sought the woman he'd always shielded. Stepping to the door, a quiet request emerged. "Dad, give us a moment." His nod, heavy with unspoken grief, left us alone. Mom's gaze darted to the ledger, her fear palpable. Victor's threat loomed. He'd expose her if the ledger wasn't his by midnight. The choice loomed: hand it over or protect Emily's world. The office's dim light cast Mom's face in sharp relief, her elegance crumbling. A memory flashed, her teaching me to braid my hair, a rare softness now lost. That tenderness clashed with her deceit, yet love for Emily demanded clarity. Keeping the ledger meant leverage, not vengeance. "I won't ruin you," the words came, steady, "but this ends." Her sob, muffled, marked the end of her reign. Outside, the band's rhythm pulsed, a world untouched by this reckoning. Becca's shadow passed the window, her phone glowing, likely texting Victor. Her fear-driven loyalty to Mom had cost me dearly, but pity stirred. The ledger's pages, crisp under fingertips, held power to free or bind us all. Emily's voice, calling for Dad, tugged at the heart. Her innocence was worth more than revenge. The decision crystallized: keep the ledger, shield the family, but sever Mom's hold. Slipping it into a hidden pocket, resolve hardened. Mom's whispered "thank you" felt hollow, her gratitude tainted by self-preservation. The office felt smaller, its walls closing in as the weight of truth settled. Victor's deadline pressed, but this wasn't his game anymore. Control was mine, earned through years of rebuilding. A glance at the door revealed Dad lingering, his silhouette slumped. "Dad, is Emily safe?" The question, urgent, sought reassurance. His faint "she's dancing" offered relief, but his eyes held questions he wouldn't voice. The ledger's secret burned, a burden to carry alone. Mom rose, her composure a fragile mask, and moved to leave. But the air shifted, a low hum like a phone vibrating nearby. Under the desk, a burner phone glowed, its screen flashing Victor's name and a single word: ledger? Heart hammering, the device's existence screamed conspiracy. Mom's backup plan or someone else's trap? The office door rattled, a new shadow looming, and time froze. Who was on the other side, and what did they know? The office door's rattle faded, leaving only the wedding's distant melody and Mom's shallow breaths. The burner phone, silenced under the desk, held Victor's unanswered demand, but its threat dissolved in the ledger's quiet power. Slipping the book into a hidden pocket, a choice settled: truth would free, not destroy. Becca's shadow lingered outside, her role as Mom's reluctant pawn now clear. Emily's voice, bright and unaware, drifted through the walls, guiding the heart toward peace. Forgiveness, not vengeance, would honor her joy. Stepping into the garden's cool embrace, Becca stood alone, her eyes red-rimmed. "I'm sorry," she whispered, voice breaking. A gentle hand on her arm offered absolution. "You don't have to carry Mom's lies anymore." Her nod, fragile but real, marked a break from Diane's grip. The fairy lights above mirrored Emily's wedding glow, a reminder of love's endurance. Becca's relief, though silent, wove a thread of healing. Two women, once divided, now unbound by shared truth. Inside, Dad found Mom near the dance floor, his hand steadying her trembling frame. Approaching softly, a question formed. "Dad, will you look out for Emily?" His eyes, warm with understanding, met mine. "Always, sweetheart." His promise, simple yet profound, eased the ache of Mom's betrayal. Her glance, heavy with unspoken regret, held no power now. The ledger secret would stay locked, shielding the family from ruin but ending her reign. Emily's laughter drew near, her arms wrapping around me in a sudden embrace. "You're my hero," she murmured, oblivious to the storm's end. Her words, pure and untainted, washed away lingering doubts. The coffee cup's memory, once a crutch, faded entirely. Strength now flowed from within, rooted in self-worth. The crowd swayed to the music, their earlier judgment forgotten, leaving only this moment of quiet dignity. The venue's glow softened as guests toasted, unaware of the shifted tides. Mom's control, once a suffocating force, crumbled under the weight of her own choices. Becca, lingering nearby, offered a tentative smile, a bridge toward something new. Dad's steady presence beside Emily promised stability, a family redefined by love, not lies. The heart, once bruised, now beat with calm, choosing peace over chaos. Standing under the stars, the night's clarity revealed a path forward. The ledger, a silent guardian, ensured Mom's silence without public shame. Emily's wedding, a celebration of love, became a turning point, not just for her, but for me. The family's toxic threads unraveled, leaving space for bonds built on truth. With a final glance at the dance floor, gratitude bloomed. For Emily's light, for Becca's redemption, for the strength to let go. Portland's dawn painted the skyline in soft gold, a quiet promise after the wedding storm. The design studio, now thriving, buzzed with new projects, each contract a testament to hard-won victories. Emily's visits, filled with laughter over coffee, wove a sisterly bond stronger than ever, her warmth a balm for old scars. The ledger, locked in a safe, remained a silent sentinel, its secrets sparing Mom's public shame but severing her hold. Freedom tasted sweeter than revenge, a choice rooted in love for family redefined. Becca's tentative texts sharing small steps toward independence hinted at healing. Her courage, sparked that night, mirrored the strength found in letting go. Mom's rare calls, strained but polite, met firm boundaries. Respect for her as my mother didn't mean trust. Dad's steady presence at Emily's new home, his stories of old fishing trips, offered comfort, his quiet pride a bridge to the past. "You did good, Dad," slipped out during one visit, the words warming his tired smile. A new spark flickered with Jake, a colleague whose gentle humor lit up late-night work sessions. His kind eyes, catching mine over shared sketches, stirred hope for love like Emily's, a dream once buried, now blooming. The studio's glow, echoing the wedding's fairy lights, framed these moments, each a step toward a life built on truth. Self-worth, once a fragile flame, now burned steady, unshaken by others' doubts. The city's rhythm, vibrant yet grounding, reflected an inner peace. Family wasn't blood alone, but those who saw and stayed. Emily, Jake, even Becca's fragile steps. The coffee cup, a distant memory, no longer defined resilience. It lived in every choice to rise, to forgive, to love. Portland's misty mornings whispered possibility, each day a canvas for joy. To every woman watching, who sits at your table? Choose those who lift you, who see your light. Let go of what dims your worth. Build your family with love, not obligation, and step boldly into your truth.